Come on, let's do it. Alright, getting a little bit of a jump this week. It's only Monday evening, and I'm pretty psyched about tonight's show because I don't just make these food videos. I'm probably one of the biggest consumers of food videos ever. That's pretty much all I watch, outside of various like conspiracy theories and whatnot. But I consume everything, and what cracks me up is when there's these trends. And when there's a trend, I'm like, I gotta jump in, I gotta try it. And now TikTok, Instagram, wherever you go, everyone's making the Big Mac taco. Now I have to admit, I don't drive through fast food very often these days, but I was a big fan of the Big Mac as a kid, teenager, probably through my 20s and beyond. And what is a Big Mac? It's just a shitty burger, right? It's all about that sauce, the secret sauce, or I guess they called it special sauce. And I just rewatched the great scene from Fast Times at Ridgemont High when Judge Reinhold, he's training the kid, and the guy goes, "What's the secret sauce?" He goes, "Thousand Island." "What's the secret sauce of Bronco Burger?" "Ketchup and mayo." This is kind of a similar thing, but I have looked up numerous versions, variations. What's the real one? Of course, it was proprietary. But I got one or two that looked interesting. Some say ketchup. I've read vehemently no ketchup. So let's give this a try. I've got everything at the board for these Big Mac tacos. Not the board. The board's over there at the marble. Come on, let's do it. Come on, let's do it. Okay, here we go for these smashed tacos. That's really all it is it's like a smash burger. And I just ground this burger meat. This was a nice chuck. You can see nice marbling in it. Ground it like 5 minutes ago. So we got nice fresh ground beef. Now, Big Mac sauce, who knows? But I've read so many different versions. A few of them, or at least one of them, says sweet pickle relish, which I don't have, but I have these dill pickles because a Big Mac or McDonald's burger is not a McDonald's burger without the pickles. And I know plenty of people who would pick them off. But what I'm going to do is chop a couple of tablespoons of these dill chips, and I'll get them in here in my bowl. Let's get that in frame. And then what I'll do is I have my nice, for my coffee in the morning, a little organic whole cane sugar, raw cane sugar. So let's put a little of that, maybe a half a teaspoon. Don't need much. And we're going to try to fake a sweet pickle relish. Yeah, a little bit of sugar. That's all it needs. Cheating. Now I got an onion here. And the trick with the onion is I'm going to chop a few little pieces. That's also the thing, if you remember the McDonald's burgers, they have those little brunoise of onion on them. But in the actual relish, I'm going to take my grater, just grate a little in, juice and all, about a tablespoon maybe. I'll know when I taste it how authentic or how much of a copycat it is. I'll know. Now, you know I like to go in stages and taste. This is the onion with the juice, the chopped pickle, and the sugar. Okay. Let's go with just a splash of white vinegar. A little more. There we go. Okay. Now, here comes the trick. Mayonnaise. Remember we did a show a while back where I did Dukes against Hellmann's? Well, I bought Mike's today. because I was reading labels and I liked that it didn't have any of that EDT or whatever the heck it is, preservative. Vegetable oil, which I'm not crazy about. You know, I make mine with light olive oil. But vegetable oil, egg yolks, distilled vinegar, water, sugar, salt, spices, lemon juice. So it's nice and simple. And it's got yolks, not whole eggs, as Hellmann's does. It's quite good. When I need to buy mayo, this may be the one I buy going forward. We're going to go with about a half a cup of this mayo. By the way, I still have a little bit of Hellmann's left in the fridge, but I didn't think I had enough. There we go. Yellow mustard. No ketchup. Mayo and yellow mustard. Now, you're going to say to me, I just bought this yellow mustard. Let me get it open. I've got my Grey Poupon in the fridge. You're going to say to me, well, wait a minute, that Big Mac sauce is sort of pinkish. No ketchup? A little mustard. We've got some paprika. Already tastes like Big Mac sauce, and we haven't even added our onion powder, about a half a teaspoon. Our garlic powder, same amount. And to get that pink tinge, paprika. We'll start with a half a teaspoon, a healthy one, kind of heaping. Here comes your color, look. Ooh, I'm making a mess. But I have to QC it anyway. And that tastes pretty Big Mac-y to me. Yes, it does. So I'm going to go with that. Not bad. I'm going to go with a little good old kosher salt just to bring those other flavors out. And I'm going to go with another pinch because I'm liking the color. Very Big Mac-y. All right, we'll let that sit. Big Mac smash tacos. Let's get them going. All right, I've got a flame under the griddle. Wash my hands. Get this raw beef on here. Right on these flour tortillas. These are Adams whole wheat. And you put it on raw. Nice little layer. Make 2 of them. Press it down good. Now, I'm pretty sure McDonald's is not greasing their griddle with extra virgin olive oil, but we're going to grease ours with extra virgin. Not too much, we just want some lubrication. Now, we want this hot so that they get crusty. So I can keep an eye on this oil, and as it's just about to shimmer before it smokes, we'll put these on beef side down. Now, I'm going to get it's already shimmering. I'm going to get the vent on. Pardon the noise. Alright, it's pretty hot. Got a nice shimmer going. I turned off that other light. It was just reflecting off the cast iron. So, beef side down. You want to leave these down just for a couple of minutes. Cook that beef and get it nice and crusty. You don't want to move them. Now you can use a pan or something. What I have here, this is from my old white 1950 stove that I replaced with this one here. And this, let me back off a little, will fit right over. You do want to cover them when you put the cheese on. You want to melt it pretty quickly so that the tortilla doesn't burn on the other side. Get a peek. Oh, I can feel the crust already. Like a smash burger, so I'm pushing them down. See some of the fat being released. I just realized I got so into it, I wanted to get going, I just kind of slapped the beef on these tortillas. You should season your beef. A little salt. I don't think it's going to be the end all be all, but seasoning always good for depth of flavor. Alright. Alright, we'll fix it back up a little, losing a little. No harm, no foul. Get it back on there. You can see it's got a nice little crust on it. There we go. Retrieve that beef. Some hiding under this side. There we go. Now let's get our cheese on. And I just went to the deli counter at the market. I do have cheddar in the fridge. But again, we're trying to mimic the old Mickey D's. So I just got the deli counter guy to slice me some good old... Now if I really wanted to do the mimic, I would have gotten the orange American, but I can't do it. Food dye. I got the white American, which probably isn't much better. And now let's put the cover on and let this melt down. It's only going to need a minute. And I'll clear the counter because this is going to be a no plate, eat right off the wooden board kind of supper, I think. I'll get myself a napkin. I think we can cut that now. Alright, let's have a look. Yep. Give it another 30 seconds, get that full melt. Okay, I'm going to turn the flame. I'm pretty confident they are ready. They are ready. Whoops. Okay. Note to self, note to you guys. Use something a little taller. I kind of was afraid of that. But I don't think it's going to ruin my enjoyment too much. So let's get these tacos off. On the board here. And I will bring the camera over. We'll dress them up. This is, now last week we had the lettuce show. This is that green head of lettuce I told you I picked. I just shredded it up while those were on the stove. Washed it up. That was a nice little sort of burnt piece of cheese. Shredded lettuce. Let's go with some little bit of onion. Not too much. Remember the Big Mac, the Mickey burgers, they just have a few of those little cubes on there. Pickles, a lot of people pull them off their McDonald's burger. I like them on there. And now, to make it a Mickey D smash burger taco. We've got our faux copycat Big Mac sauce. Alright, let's give one of these a try. Fold them up. Perfection on the other side of the tortilla. Oh yeah, that's a Big Mac, yo, in a taco. I'll do these again. One of those trends that just kept flying across my feed, and I'm like, I'm doing that. I'll see you all for the next episode. Come on.